Calling Bartholomew J. Simpson to the stand.
Oh, please. Hello, Bart. Now, you know the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie, don't you, son?
Maybe.
Uh-huh. Well, you wouldn't lie to the United States, would you, Bart?
No.
Good. Proceed, Mr. Hutz.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pimps and players! Pimps and players!
Welcome to Game Peddlers, the Greens Way.
Once again, it's poll time. Yep, poll time. Look in the comment section, you'll see. I was always told keep your mouth shut and plead the fifth and let your lawyer handle everything. Sony, once again, it's been buzzing for Sony this week. Why is Sony suing Tencent? Yep, we're at it. Sony is suing Tencent for copyright and trademark infringement. According to reports by Reuters, Sony Interactive has filed a case against Tencent for copyright and trademark infringement in California federal court. In this case, Sony has alleged that Tencent has created a slavish clone with Light of Motiram, which copies several distinctive elements from the PlayStation Horizon series. What is Light of Motiram? How is it similar to Horizon? Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is for those that don't know. It's pretty much a mech animal ruled open world. Earth and human civilization as we once knew it are gone. Across untamed wilderness, great mechanic beasts roaming freely while humanity struggles to rebuild from the dawn of the new era. Journey from lush tropical rainforests to the desert landscapes, snow-capped mountain peaks, and all that great stuff that you will see in Horizon. What else do they offer? You gotta survive the wilderness. Realistic physics-based building, precise combat, epic bosses, dodging and block and counterattacks, all that great stuff. Seamless co-op and cross-play. Team up with up to 10 people to tackle challenges together, no matter where you are. Embarking adventure. Don't I sound like a marketing person? Anyway, how is it similar? Pretty much everything down to the mechanics and all that good stuff. Matter of fact, let's read what Sony had. Sony said these fools stole the whole Horizon series, including gameplay, story theme, artistic elements, among others. They said, look, they straight up just copied. I know y'all want to feel like y'all are inspired, but looks just like us. And they said we ain't having it. Well, do you want to know something slick that Tencent sat there and did? Tencent tried to partner with Sony at first. They really did. They tried to be slick about it. So what they tried to do was, according to Sony court filing, Tencent pitched a Horizon collaboration in 2023, but was rejected. Yeah, I will understand why you tried to sit there and say, hey, you want to come on over and help out with this new project that we got, so that way we can write it off as you knew that we were stealing everything for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you was trying to be slick with. They was really trying to be slick with that one. And then when Sony said, nah, we don't want no part of that, y'all said, well, fuck you anyway. We still gonna put it out. And well, here's the results of what Sony felt about it. Bring your lawyers, fool. You know what I'm talking about? This is wild. I can't believe it. But hey, I'm not a big fan of Tencent. I'm just gonna say that right now. But anyway, that is the reason. One of the things they tried to do to be slick about the situation. They tried to say, hey, if you work on it later on, that they can sit there and say that you knew about it, and hey, no problems, no harm, foul. No foul, no harm, or no harm, no foul. However that goes. You know how I be, whatever. So I know you want to know, what is Sony really suing for? What do they want in this lawsuit? They want monetary damage, unclosed amount. They didn't say how much the amount is right now. No one knows. And a court order blocking Tencent from further infringing on the Horizon HP. And it's a lot that they can steal, and they trying to stop them completely. And this could put Tencent in a bad little pickle dick. You know what I'm saying? They could do some damage to them that where it might we don't know how much they invested on this game right now. We don't have a clue how much they invested, which Tencent invests in a lot of things. They invest in a lot of other companies that are dev companies that came about. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's move on to how I feel about Tencent. Tencent pretty much came around, like they really did an impact around COVID area. When COVID was around and things wasn't going quite as well, the gaming industry was one of the things that a lot of investors started investing in, because people was at home playing video games more, and streaming became even more of a popular thing and content creating around video games. So they invested in a lot of companies. Some companies that were struggling, the ones that were struggling, they pretty much invested in them just to milk the remaining money that they had, and they just gonna pretty much sell them off and duplicate some of their things. Now, when it comes to a strong independent companies like that, and that has a focus and know where they're going, they pretty much just invest in them and just sit back. But when it comes to a company that's kind of on a downward spiral, let's just use Ubisoft as context. You know what I'm saying? So Ubisoft was independent, very strong, but they going down in the physical years after year. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't looking too good for them. So a lot of the things that Tencent like to implement on a structure that's already downward spiraling is a lot of MTX, you know, microtransactions, to try to get the most and suck up all the revenue that they can before this company drops. And that's why we kind of what a coinkydink, Ubisoft is doing a lot of, they believe in microtransaction makes the game better. That's a Tencent thing. Tencent is also into a whole bunch of mobile gamings and other stuff too. So they're into that whole little pay to play thing. That's their whole strategy, to milk companies. I am really not a fan of Tencent. So for Sony to sit here and say, look, you're not about to steal another idea from somebody or milk something from somebody else, definitely not me. You know, and Tencent has no business with Sony at this moment that I could think of, from the research that I did look at. So Sony said, fuck that, you might can get everybody else, buy your way into their stuff and trick people into, you know, taking your funds, and then you just rob them blind, pretty much just suck them dry, but you ain't doing that over here with taking our games. I appreciate Sony for standing up against Tencent. I don't like Tencent, bro. It's just a company of people investing that just want to milk on the gaming industry. These are the type of people that really do destroy the gaming industry. If you don't believe me, there's a lot of videos out there that's talking about other reasons of why, like real reasons why the gaming industry looks the way it looks, and it's not over no console war shit that you surface level people think at. You know, console war has nothing to do with why the industry is messed up, or multiplayer only type of thing is the reason why. It's a lot of backhand stuff, and Tencent is part of that. You know what I'm saying? They really do leech on to companies that and offer them help, as in money wise, so they can try to build something, but they also want to implement little tactics that way they can just take everything from them and then they just sell it off. It's like a terrible used car seller that just, you know, always selling the car to someone that they know that can't afford it, and that way they can go ahead and put all this money down and knowing that they're going to repo it and sell it back the next day on day. Or you could think of like GameStop, how they'll take used games and then, you know, pay you nothing. And anyway, we're going way too far. With that being said, thank you, Sony, for standing up. I hate people like this, companies that just like to copy and paste and get away with stuff like this. Anybody that messes with the gaming industry, something that I love, do something about it. And Sony did something about it. This is your boy Green. I'm out. Be easy. Oh yeah, I got a Discord. It's open to y'all. It's somewhere in the description. Go ahead and look at it. This is your boy Green. I'm out.